not the intended video that I was planning to record. And oh my gosh, I was gonna record the one in doll hair, but something happened this past Friday. So at my regular job, I had brought my doll to work on during my lunch break, and I didn't secure it in a locker. And I'm sick with a cold, not thinking straight, and it got sent to HR, so I have to grab it in Monday morning, which is tomorrow. So this is why I am actually crocheting a scarf, because I'm learning a new crochet technique, which is Tunisian crochet, which I'm probably butchering. It's also known as Afghan crochet, and we're just going to say Afghan crochet because it's a lot easier to say. And yes, I also got my new place. Yay! It's super empty right now because I'm like in the process of moving, and we all know, like, when you work a full-time job and a part-time job and you are working and saving to get a car, times are rough and difficult. So I haven't gotten any of my furniture yet, or any of my belongings. Well, I have a couple, but like some change of clothes and stuff for work. Got a few food items and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm learning this technique and I love it. So I guess I can kind of talk about like my plans into the holidays when it comes in regards to making marmalade, what's going on with this channel, and yeah, please excuse the whole like lower quality camera and stuff. I'm not recording on my Mac because I just felt like looking at myself as I recorded. I am hoping to get an iPad Pro from the website Swappa, a used one. That way I can kind of see myself as I record, because I like seeing myself and yada yada. So what is the plans for MakerMarmalade.com over the holiday season and beyond that point? Well, a couple of things. Of course, my art stuff is still there. I'm going to be making more dolls. Some of my older dolls that you may have seen in other videos will be available for sale. And of course, some newer ones will be added there. And also, I have reopened my Etsy shop. Now, my Etsy shop is not going to have anything unique. It's going to have the same products as my website and other sites that I have available. Another thing why I reopened Etsy was to have it as another channel to have my work on. Because I already have my work on Redbubble, Society 6, and my website and store Envy. To me, I'm just putting my eggs in as many baskets as possible. Now, I will say this, that I have not made any sales on my artwork other than maybe a couple for my best friend in Ohio. I love you, girl. Thank you. So I'm just kind of like meh about that. Now, something I've been thinking about when it comes to social media and sharing my work and whatnot, because I share my work on Instagram, and I notice a distinct, I don't want to say problem, but more of, okay, this might be a little bit weird, but I like to think about Instagram in layers. And forgive the kind of weird, gruesome, it's not gruesome, but kind of weird terminology. But when it comes to engagement with Instagram, I think of Instagram like skin. So your top layer of skin is a thing everyone sees. It's the first thing people see. An Instagram post would be like the top layer of your skin. Now, liking would be like touching someone's skin, giving them a hug, that kind of thing. Commenting would be like giving someone a tattoo. You have to go a couple of layers deep, but you're not in the muscles and stuff. And then if you're talking about like maybe like drawing blood or venipuncture or going toward something beyond surface level, that's like clicking through to the person's link on their Instagram bio, buying their work and whatnot. Because work and whatnot. I think it's weird because I noticed something the other day. I kind of was just posting a picture of one of my dolls I was working on, and I said in my Instagram post that, hey, my doll video that I was intending to make this weekend may not be made because I'm recovering from a cold. And I was wondering, like, are my followers actually paying more than a split second attention to what I post? And the answer is yes, they are. That's how much attention. Because in the post, I explained that, hey, this doll, the sleeve is being made and whatnot. And then I say I'm recovering from a cold. Now, I'm not looking for sympathy. My cold will go away on its own. But to me, a thing that would come as a normal thing to somebody who isn't just scrolling past my page or be like, oh, you're sick, get well soon. But that, and the weirdest thing is I got someone who commented on the actual picture itself, but didn't read the caption. Like, she actually said, hey, it was so cute. Girl's cool and all, but that's my thing. Because if I thought about paid advertisement, I would never do it on Instagram. What's the incentive to? Everyone on Instagram is only touching or giving tattoos when I want people to be in the veins or whatever. And that's a weird analogy. I need a better analogy badly. But I am starting to wonder, like, where is something? I wonder if there is even an audience for my work. Sometimes I really wonder that. Maybe there isn't. There's a such thing as supply and demand. You know, maybe my art isn't good enough to be purchased by most people. It's not to say that I suck at art or my art is terrible, but there's a difference between people liking your work and people paying for it. And there's a huge thing amongst people who are non-creative types who try to sell their work. Like, people who don't fall into those camps, they just think that is the most easiest thing to just get up and sell your work. Like, even to this day, people tell me, oh, you should be selling your work. You should have an Etsy shop. You should do this. You should do that. And in my mind, I'm like, I have a store on my website. I have a website that is a fully fledged e-commerce site. I have art on my Redbubble. I have art on my Society 6. I have contact information. I pretty much am doing everything but having a physical store somewhere. It's just the thing, like, people sometimes don't really understand that. Like, you know, it's more than just people liking your work. Because my anticipation or what I expect is most people won't buy your work. I think that's the nature of the game. Most people just will be passive with your work. Most people will just be passive and just heart your work or like or thumbs up it, because the issue with social media platforms is it gives way into the ability for people to be passive. Think about it. If you've ever visited a website or saw someone's artwork and you didn't have the option to just give it a thumbs up, what would you do? Would you comment about, oh, that's so awesome or neat, or would you ignore it? If you saw a bunch of posts or comments that already said, oh, that's so neat, or that's so awesome, or that's so cute, or inserts compliment here, you just probably scroll past it. And that's normal, but again, with the whole supply and demand thing, is I'm hard pressed to find that my work is profitable. And it's not because I don't want it to be, but I have to look at how my art performs. And when you take out emotions and everything out of the situation, my art doesn't perform. My work just stands on whatever site. Very little people view it, and the people who view it passively engage with it. So naturally, I would not pursue something like that seriously because I have no incentive to do so. Well, that's why I actually work quote unquote real jobs. I say quote unquote real jobs because there are artists out there who are bombastic. They sell their work, they do whatever. I get you, but not everyone is in a position and has the privilege to pursue not having income for a set period of time. Like there is a certain level of privilege that you have to have in place to pursue art, especially when you're starting out. Because unless you're like Adele's little sister, you're not gonna just make bank the first time you start selling your stuff or offering it for sale. I know I'm rambling a lot. And I probably will end up choosing, I think I will actually upload this video and just select snippets of it to actually upload. Again, I'm sorry that there is no doll video with me doing the hair. Next week it should be up, but this week my doll is confiscated and all I have right now is my little Afghan thing. And it's just gonna be a basic scarf. This is like that Brene blanket yarn. I don't know. It is ridiculously soft and I love working with it. Makes your hands feel all nice too. But yes, I shall see you next weekend. Take care.